Ladies and gentlemen, how are we doing, boys and girls? Welcome back to the Otaku Brothers podcast. My name is Joseph, your co-host, joined with my co-host.
Hello. You're supposed to say my name too.
I said Ben. Did I not say
You
Ben?
did not.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're putting me under so much pressure. I'm sorry.
Hello, everyone. What's up? Another week down the drain.
I know, for real. Another week degeneracy and pain and suffering, and we're back with another awesome video for y'all. Another podcast episode. It's going to be a great episode. We got 4 shows to talk about, y'all. Ranging all the way from romance, drama, demons, magic. It's going to be a great episode. And we got a lot to talk about. But first of all, if you are new to this podcast, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. And if you're here for the 57th time, then how are you doing? Hope you're having a good day. And hope you're ready to put up with us for another half hour or so. But yeah, before we get into that episode, there's a lot of chill stuff been going on in the world. Easter weekend just happened, so we got a nice little extra vacation. Ben, do anything fun for this holiday?
No, I just went back home for the weekend.
That's good.
I just came back today, so
Yeah? Did you have any fun Easter food or whatever?
I had ham and mashed potatoes.
Ooh, okay. That's good.
That was my fun Easter food.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, I had some steak and mashed potatoes. So
Whoa, sorry.
No, dude, oh my.
Whoa, God.
I'm just saying, seems like our Easter's had a common theme.
Mashed potatoes, yes.
And meat, and it's still meat, Anywho,
Anywho,
we're not here to talk about our depressing lives. We're here to talk about manga, anime, and all that good stuff. And there has been a lot of stuff. A lot of shows. Our spring shows are in full swing now. We got 4 great shows we're going to be talking about later on in the episode. But yeah, my week was pretty good. Just kind of chilled. Busy with school stuff. Probably going to be free till finals, which is good. But yeah.
wow.
What?
That's a long time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not really. We only got 4 or 5 weeks left of school. So
Oh, wait, you're right. What the hell?
yeah, so it's right down the corner. I say that I'm actually going to be probably really busy actually. Especially this week too. But it's fine. I just try not to think about it, Ben. I just try and
Okay.
I just try and hide. Yeah, but anyways, we got some cool stuff to talk about to y'all this week. But before we get into that, I wanted to talk to you. I told Ben about it, but I just kind of wanted to let everyone know
What did you bring this up?
this is a thing that happens in the real world. So there's a show that I heard about this over this past weekend called, make sure I'm not butchering this, My Life as Inukai-san's Dog. And it's exactly what it sounds like. It's about a dog and his owner.
Not exactly what it sounds like.
It's his owner, who's a girl. And from what I have seen and heard about the show, it looks like it follows a girl who becomes very obsessed with her dog. Ben, I don't know about you, but if I don't know if you've had a dog or an animal.
I do have a cat, yes.
Well, I just think that, what you have with your cat, I'd say is probably very special. But this girl seems to take her animal obsession a little
Alright,
too
maybe we should just jump
far.
into it. I don't want
Anyways, it's a weird show. I don't understand why it's a thing, but if you have any curiosity about it, do your research before watching it. It's pretty much a girl who becomes sexually attracted to her dog. That's it. We're ending it there. We're ending that segment there. This is such a bad episode. How did this start, Ben?
Yeah, I was tempted to delete that from the welcome to the show part,
Mm-hmm.
so you would forget about it.
Oh, I
Hey, this is jumping to the news.
I would never forget about something like this important, Ben. But that being said, maybe it is a good thing that we should just get into our news. We don't got much news today, but we do have a lot to talk about with our shows. So I'm very curious to see what Ben's going to say about some of our shows. We didn't really get a chance to talk a lot about them, so It's gonna be good. It's gonna be exciting. So Ben, you want to start us off with our first news topic?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so the Naruto poll that started sometime last year,
Oh yes,
um, the results were being revealed on April 15th.
that's
And if you
Pog.
don't remember what this poll was, it's basically just a poll of the top 99 characters or so in the show.
Yes.
Um, the first, I think the top five get a special illustration,
Mm.
but the number one gets their own series, and which starts off as a manga, and then all of Naruto's like this Naruto series, the Naruto series, everything gets adapted into an anime at one point.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
That's awesome.
that's that.
And who was in first place last time we talked about the show?
Minato,
Minato. That's right.
I think.
Personally, wouldn't be my pick for a character to do a show about, but we've talked about this plenty of times. But
Yeah,
yeah, I personally don't hope it's Minato. I personally am voting for Shisui, but that's just me.
I think. I really hope people are smart and are thinking that way,
Hmm.
rather than I like this guy. No, you can't pick someone we know nothing about.
No, exactly. I mean, there's so much to love about all those other characters, but Shisui, we have like what less than probably 10 minutes of screen time of him. Um, I don't know. It would just be cool to see more about him, since he's supposedly one of the strongest Uchihas uh,
Yeah.
out there. But yeah, so we will definitely be talking about that. Oh my god, wait, that's 3 days away. um,
Yep.
oh wow, so we'll know within a couple days. That's sick. All right, well, stay tuned next week for the results and the answer to the poll. Um, final lock in, Ben. We're gonna come back and look at this, and it'll be your final opinion on who you think it's gonna be.
We're very disappointed if it's Naruto.
I, that would suck. Yes.
um, I think a solid pick. Dude,
Sakura. A Sakura solo story would be great.
I'm trying to think of just like a fan favorite. Everyone. I could say Rock Lee.
That'd be good.
I wouldn't really be happy with that, but that's just someone I could see.
Yeah. Shikamaru would be cool.
Shikamaru has his own story,
That's true, but you know.
but yeah, no, that would be
Um,
a good pick.
or I would like an Akatsuki prequel story. Maybe something with one of the Akatsuki members. That'd be cool. Um, I can't really think of one on the top of my head, but yeah,
yeah, yeah. We'll see. We'll see on
We'll see.
Wednesday.
All right, but my final lock and guess, Shisui. I really hope it's him. That would be amazing. But yeah. Speaking of
You can't do that transition.
Japanese culture, we have the Super Mario Bros. Movie. It's been in a lot of talks recently. It just released and it had a monstrous opening today or this past weekend, setting an all-time global opening animated film record. Ben, isn't that crazy?
That is crazy. I did have the opportunity to see this movie
Oh, you watched it?
over the
Okay, I
weekend.
was gonna
Yes,
ask. Awesome.
it's very good.
Yeah, you liked it?
It brought back a lot of emotions that I forgot were there
Mm-hmm.
after playing Mario on my
Mm-hmm.
childhood,
Yeah.
especially Galaxy.
Oh yeah. Hopefully there is. I mean, well, we know that there is a Donkey Kong movie that's in the works, but I really hope this movie gets a sequel. I can't imagine that it wouldn't.
I think it
It
will.
will. It 100%
There's a
will.
lot of care. Whenever the Luna showed up,
Mhm.
I know this is very off track. I was really hoping Rosalina was going to be there,
Me too. Me too.
but she
Um,
wasn't.
I mean, there were a lot of Easter eggs. Spoilers, if anyone hasn't seen the Super Mario Bros. Movie, definitely go watch it. It's amazing. If you love anything about Mario, you'll love it. But two big Easter eggs I noticed, Ben. The first one being that I noticed the pizza place is called Knockout or like Punch Out Pizza, which is a direct call to the game Punch Out. Or I think it's called Punch Out. Oh my god, I hope I'm not
With
butchering
Mike
that.
Tyson or whatever.
It's with Lil Mac with Little
Oh.
Mac. And then there's a picture on the wall in the restaurant of Little Mac and the coach, and I thought that was really cool.
Oh, that's
And
cool.
there's also the arcade machine is Jumpman, which is what Mario is originally called in his first ever appearance, which I thought was
Oh, that's
pretty
cool.
cool. And then the second one is when Mario is like playing the video game in his room. He's playing Kid Icarus, which is Pit's game. So I was like, oh, that's
Yeah.
sick. So we're getting a lot of Smash Bros. Cameos, Ben. That I'm just saying.
Yeah, whenever for some reason whenever him and Donkey Kong were gonna fight, I was thinking it's gonna be like a Smash Bros. Arena or something. I
Mm,
don't know why I thought that, but
no, but
I don't know.
I mean, I would really love to see this Mario movie succeed, and then maybe Nintendo expand into their other properties, such as Metroid, Kid Icarus. We know we're getting Donkey Kong, but maybe something like along those lines, and then eventually maybe we'll get a cinematic universe. Ben, let's get
A
some
Mario,
a Super Smash
an
Bros. Movie.
MCU,
Yeah,
an MCU.
a Mario Cinematic Universe or NCU, if you will. But yeah, anyways, if you haven't seen the Mario movie, please go watch it. It's really amazing. The music's phenomenal. Just seeing all the characters. Honestly, Chris Pratt did an awesome job. Well, I won't say
Yeah,
I won't say a bad or he did an above average job. It was good.
I'm kind of glad that their voices weren't like super
Exactly.
Italian the whole time.
It was more Brooklyn.
I like that. I feel like I can't. I'm just like watching the movie and imagining Chris Pratt
Yeah.
just talk like that the whole movie. That's funny to me.
No, yeah, for real. Yeah, but no, I think everyone did a good job. And I honestly, halfway through the movie, I was like, oh my god, I forgot this is actually Chris Pratt. So, it was good.
Could not forget it was Seth Rogen though.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how that Donkey Kong movie plays out. But
Yeah,
but yeah,
we're not
anyways,
last
the movie made over $378 million in its opening weekend. So it did an incredible job. A lot of fun. Very excited for it. And yeah, I can't wait for more because I know Illumination's definitely making more money, making more movies after how much money this thing raked in. So it's gonna be just excited what to see next. Yeah, hopefully we get a Galaxy thing. A Super Mario Galaxy would be sick, or maybe like Sunshine, or I don't know, something like maybe Paper Mario. That'd be cool. Just stuff like that would be really interesting to see. But yeah, that's all. That's all for Super Mario.
All right. Well, up next, as you guys know, tomorrow, or not tomorrow, next month is May, and
Yeah.
in May is May the 4th.
Mm-hmm.
That's Star Wars Day, and on Star Wars Day, Star Wars Vision Season 2 is set to release on Disney Plus.
Yeah, I'm very excited.
I'm kind of scared for this season, not gonna lie.
Why is that?
Um, we talked about this before whenever we had a new segment on Visions a while ago, and we talked about some of the studios that were in there, and they seem
Mm.
more not. I guess the first season of Visions felt more like anime,
Mm-hmm.
and this next season it seems like it's gonna be more like, um, just animated, just like Illumination type
Oh,
animation.
interesting. Oh, that's
Remember we
right.
looked at the
Cause
studios and we looked at all their
yes,
works.
yeah, and it's not like any anime studios anymore. It's more like like a
Yeah.
bunch of other different regions and stuff.
I mean, there was a visual that was released, and there's some that look promising.
Yeah, I need to look at the
But
visual. I think I've seen one picture, but it was slightly, and I wasn't really paying attention, so I don't know anything about Visions season two. But really interesting. So, I mean, yeah, I kind of wish they would have stuck with Japanese or anime studios, but obviously that's a bias. Um, I'm sure that these next few will be pretty good. I'm excited nonetheless. I love Star Wars. Um, I think how they did Visions was amazing for season one. And yeah, I can't really. I mean, it's just it'll be something fun. It's not like I really care that much, so I'm just looking forward to see how fun it is. Pretty much, that's my take. What about you, Ben?
yeah, I'm always a fan of Star Wars stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Unfortunately, not The Mandalorian season 3, but
Dang, have you been watching it?
dude, I started watching the first episode, and like 5 minutes in, I just like, man, I'm not feeling this, so I just turned it off.
Oh, that sucks. I need to watch Andor still, dude. I hear
Andor was
Andor's
great.
yeah,
Please watch Andor.
yeah. I need to watch
Andor's
Andor.
awesome, but
Mm-hmm.
back to Visions. Yeah, I guess I'm still looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think um it would be as good as season one.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. That's a fair assumption to make. But I guess only time will tell. May the 4th, and then we got Revenge of the 5th, and then Return of the 6th, so that'll be fun. But yeah, anyways, that's all the news we have for this week. Oh my god, I forgot to switch us over to the news part. That's fine.
What?
Nothing.
Okay.
Some technical difficulties on my end. Don't worry. But yeah, anyways, now that we got our news out of the way, it's time to hop into the shows that we're watching, Ben. So we got a lot of shows to discuss.
And a fresh batch.
A fresh batch. Only one familiar or two familiar faces, I guess. But yeah, without further ado, let's hop into it. Ben, I'm gonna give you the reins today, and
Oh.
and see what show you want to talk about first.
Let's start. I think we should start with Mashal.
Okay. All right. Bet. So, I guess out of all these shows, to me, Mashal, I don't want to say was the worst because it definitely wasn't, but it was just the
least.
Exactly. Out of
First, I get what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
It's not definitely compared to the other shows. I'm still interested in Mashal, and I'm looking forward to watching it. Just compared to the other shows,
and
it felt like what show was it? What was the outlier in our last batch of shows? Was it Trigun?
Trigun, probably.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't want to say it feels like Trigun, but
exactly. But I guess honestly, it's still, even though I was saying like that, it's not my favorite so far out of the other shows we've been watching. I still definitely loved it. I will say one of the two big prominent things I like so much about this is that the music, phenomenal. I really liked how they incorporated like the beatboxing, rapping style in the music. The intro was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. And then second, I'm gonna say the character design was something I really liked. I liked how in the intro and outro we didn't really get to see a lot of these characters besides Mash, but in the intro and outro these characters seem really cool. We got a girl that seems to be a love interest of Mash, and then these three other guys, one blue hair, a red haired guy, and then I think a blonde one. I'm not sure. But all these side characters looked really interesting, and they all looked really unique. So I appreciated that a lot about the show, which was, something I really liked. But yeah, and then I guess to sum up what the show is about, we talked about it before, Mashal. It is like if One Punch Man and Harry Potter had a baby. But Ben, I was going to ask you, this isn't made by the guy who did One Punch Man, right?
No.
It's not made by one, right? Because I will say his character design looked a lot like Mob's.
Yeah,
and like Saitama's. So I was curious as if that were on purpose. I didn't know if it was the same guy. I don't think it is.
I don't think it is.
But if it is, then hey, that's even more of a treat. But I think it would have been more hyped up if it was from one. Can you fact check me on that?
It's not from one.
Okay. Yeah. So I thought that was a little interesting. But yeah, I guess to summarize what happens in this episode, we follow Mash and his father, who live in this magic society inside a kingdom, and pretty much they live on the outside of the walls because pretty much if you are non-magic, then you are executed. This seems to be a society that is very selective in their breeding and only wants magic people to exist. Therefore, our main character is this very depressed father who I really enjoyed his character a lot, Ben. But yeah, he's kind of this depressed character who lives on the outside of the wall and then trains his son to be super, super, super strong to make up for his lack of magic. And pretty much these magic people find him, the police, I guess, equivalent, and they're like, hey, you need to die. And they try killing him, and they can't. So they're like, all right, we'll let you go if you can prove yourself to the magic kingdom by competing, going to the magic school, and becoming, what was it? And then just like winning a prize or something like that, winning recognition,
So
something like that. So that pretty much sums up the basis of what this show is going to be about. And we end with Mash getting his robes and walking into the entrance of what we can assume looks like the Hogwarts. It literally looks like Hogwarts, dude.
slow.
The magic school. So, Ben, what were your thoughts, concerns?
I enjoyed it.
I did
I'm
too.
hoping it turns out the first. I'm hoping it's not super serious.
Same.
I want a little bit of a break from all the
Mm,
shonen and all that. A
yeah.
good comedy with a good fight every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Agreed.
Um, One thing I am curious about is the relevance to the cream puffs.
Oh, yes, that's right. I've totally forgot about that.
He's like obsessed with cream puffs.
Mm.
That's hilarious.
But yeah. We see some good fight visuals with the magic police cop showing up to his house and shooting his apparently ultimate like beam that apparently like warned off a dragon, and then Mash literally just swats it away like Saitama would do from One Punch Man. So
Yeah.
this guy is very overpowered from what it seems like, and we see a bit of his training routine, and I love this. We get a visual of a squirrel watching, and like he's pogging so hard, like he's just like he drops his nuts, and it's amazing. So yeah, I'm definitely liking Mashal so far, Ben. Yeah, I really again I like the father, his kind of character depth we got about him kind of being this like loser um, guy who always seems to like not be able to do anything right. So when he's about to commit suicide and is at his lowest point, he's turns to this child and is like, you know what, let me try and do something other than for me and trying to make something right with my life. So I really appreciated that. It was a good story, which I loved. But yeah, that's all I gotta say about Mashal. Great show. Great show so far.
Yeah, do we know how long how many episodes it's gonna be?
I'm assuming probably 12. I haven't heard anything.
It's giving off 12 episode vibes.
Vibes. I mean, when was the last time?
Yeah,
When was the last time we got a show that wasn't like that was like long ongoing?
Blue Lock.
Yeah, I guess Flashel.
My Hero.
Episode. Yeah, 12
That's it.
episodes.
Yeah, most shows just do a core.
Yes, and
For the
apparently it
animation.
is considered a comedy show. So I really hope it doesn't take itself seriously. I really hope it's kind of like similar to the One Punch Man style, where, no one thinks he's strong, and then he's just kind of like shits on everyone. That'll be fun. But yeah, I'm also really excited that it's kind of in the Harry Potter-esque style. It's kind of interesting because our friend compared it to Black Clover, but this definitely seems a lot more like Harry Potter than how Black Clover felt.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping to see if it takes a lot of inspiration from Western culture more, which would be exciting, just because to see how they interpret it over there in Japan. But
Yeah.
I'm excited. It's definitely it was a great show. So yeah, stay tuned for 11 more episodes of that. It's gonna be fun. Dang, man! By the time we finish that, we're gonna be out of college, man, or out of this semester. So, I know, crazy. But yeah, all right. What show do we want to do next, Ben? I feel like I kind of want to save the you know what till the end, but
But yeah, we'll see.
All right.
I think next would be Hell's Paradise.
Hell's Paradise. Sweet. All right, let's get into it. So, Hell's Paradise. It was we got episode 2 of Hell's Paradise. Right where it left off after episode 1 with, oh my god, what's his name? I'm forgetting. Ganamaru? Is that his name?
Gabimaru.
Gabimaru, there you go. Gabimaru the Hollow getting his introduction into what we can assume is going to be the Hell's Paradise place, where the title of the show gets its name from. And Ben, I'll just say right off the bat, this episode was so creepy, dude. This was such a good episode. Like, if this is what the show keeps up the whole season, I'm going to be hooked, man.
It's It is gory. This episode is very
Yeah,
gory.
yeah, just a little bit, just a little bit. Um,
So, like, the premise for the whole episode was that they kind of have to fight for a spot on this expedition team,
mhm.
and the main character Gabimaru, he doesn't do anything the whole time, but then he gets called out. It's like, if you don't do anything, I'm just gonna kill you. And so he like goes on a rampage, and it was really well animated. And it was kind of
Oh yeah.
concerning how well animated it was.
Oh yeah. Um,
Because he was stabbing holes through people with his hands, and he rips someone's jugular out with his
mouth.
mouth.
Yeah, it was a lot to take in. It was very gory. I particularly like the part when he like finished killing everyone. He's just like his hands are literally soaked in blood.
Yeah,
It's completely ridiculous. But we also got a lot of horror imagery through. Oh, what's the name of the girl? Do you remember, Ben? His
no.
no, yeah, okay. Well, the girl
Yeah, a
who
few more
is
episodes.
the girl who is supposed to be watching him. She kind of has we have a flashback with her and learned about her upbringing, which I'm not gonna lie is very similar to a character from Steel Ball Run, which
Uh-oh.
I was like, this is literally almost exactly the same kind of like character that they are. But I thought that was cool. So Ben, you should read Steel Ball Run so we can talk about that. But anyways, yeah, she was very interesting to watch. She's very beautiful, Ben. She has a lot of demons, literally, from what it seems like. She kind of brought up to be this executioner, and she doesn't really want to. It seems like, but then she wants to, but everyone thinks that she can't handle it and stomach it. And she doesn't even think she can handle and stomach it, but she wants to try her hardest to achieve that goal of being able to kind of kill without fear. And that's something we see her struggling with, and I think that Gavimaru is going to kind of help her with throughout the show's progression. And I'm very excited to see them team up. We get some cool imagery of like the demons that she's carrying with she's all naked. And then
But why'd you have to add that?
well, because it shows like an imagery of her naked with a bunch of demons kind of like groping her, if you will,
What?
and it's just kind of symbolizing the whole fact that she has a lot of baggage. um, yeah.
Funny fuck.
Yeah, exactly. Um, but yeah, anyways, yeah, it was pretty cool seeing in her katana how she can see the truth, and she sees that Kabimaru is it's his killer. um,
Yeah.
yeah, but I'm very excited to see how they connect and how they're gonna learn off each other and experience each other's different ideologies and see how they can interpret that into their own perspective. So that'll be fun. I will say the other side characters that we're probably going to see throughout Hell's Paradise get introduced as well. Pretty much they're the ones who are the remainders of the expedition crew, and a lot of them look very interesting. I like the designs again. They look like a lot of fun. What, Ben?
I thought you were gonna mention the girl.
I I knew you thought I was going to. Yeah, there's a girl with purple hair. She looks very attractive as well. Um, Excited to see her. I think she kills a couple people in the. Did she kill some people in the?
Yeah, I think
Oh, yeah,
so.
I think so. Yeah. So that will be interesting. But again, we get to see the intro. Was the intro in the first episode as well? I don't
Yeah,
remember. Oh, it was okay. But yeah,
I'm not
again.
really. I'm not a fan of the song.
Oh, but I will say the imagery is really nice. I think I mentioned it a bit last week as well, but there's a lot of flower imagery in the intro, and then as well as the main evil. I guess we see that the body that they showcase is like completely turned inside flowers, kind of like the Last of Us type vibes. Um,
Mhm.
so I'm very interested to see what is going on this island, Ben. I I think they describe it as heaven, right? It's you're going to paradise or something like that, and I have a feeling
Yeah,
that it is not paradise, Ben. If I had to wager, if I was
yeah.
a betting man, but yeah, so far it looks really good. Um, Mappa's doing a good job. Again, I like how it doesn't really feel like Chainsaw Man or Jujutsu Kaisen. It definitely feels fresher and new, a lot more 2D. So I'm excited. I think it plays into the art style really well. Um, yeah, I think it's very satisfying, Ben, whenever they cut someone's head off in the show.
Yeah, it's super clean. And
It's
then
very
the blood
clean.
starts coming out like a couple seconds later.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I really like it. But yeah, moving on to our third show, Demon Slayer Season 3, Episode 1. What's wrong, Ben?
Nothing.
Okay. I thought something was bothering you, but I'm glad you're good. So yeah, Ben, this isn't really much of a it's more of a recap for Ben since he has already seen this episode since he watched the movie. But for me, this is all brand new. And I was very excited to watch it. It's a 49-minute episode. And it feels so good to see the gang back together, Ben. Or I say the gang, just to be back in the world.
Mhm.
It's just, it feels nice. I'm not gonna lie, I missed it.
Simpler times.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I'm glad though I didn't go watch it in theaters. um, just because it doesn't seem like in that last like 49 minutes there's much action. It's kind of just all like dialogue.
Well, it's getting started for the season.
Exactly, no, exactly. But I was like, if I wanted to go, I mean, I feel like if you're going to the movies,
I will say
it's to recap the season 2 fight. I was gonna say, seeing that in theaters.
the $15 I did spend on the ticket was well worth it just because of that fight.
Yeah.
I mean, it just in theaters is completely different.
Yeah, no,
I guess it's a real experience.
I cannot imagine how amazing that felt. That's what I was about to say. That, yeah, to see that fight again in theaters must have been a lot of fun. But yeah, anyways, we pick off right where season 2 ended with Tanjiro and the gang Zenitsu, Inosuke and Nezuko kind of all like beaten up and pretty much dead on the battlefield. They all get rescued. Zenitsu gets sentenced to a mission. We find out that Zenitsu gets sent to a mission. So he's gone. And then Inosuke also recovers and gets sent off. So we're left with Tanjiro at bed recovering. He was in a coma for, I believe it was 2 months or something like that. And he's finally awake. He's ready to train, but he's not ready to fight yet. And as a request to the Swordsmiths, I don't know the exact names, but he ends up needing to go to the Swordsmith village to get a new sword, and he does so. But before we talk about that, I think it's important to mention the whole introduction scene. And Ben, please correct me if I say anything wrong. But no, I mean just like when I'm recapping, and then you can explain in depth what everything means, if you would like. So yeah, the movie or the episode actually starts with what we see. We go to the Infinity Castle, which have we heard that name before then?
No, I remember you would always tell me you'd see YouTube videos about that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't
Maybe I shouldn't
remember.
have mentioned that.
No, but
That's what I thought you were getting at.
No, but they call it the Infinity Castle in the episode.
Yeah.
Okay,
but I remember
that was the first time I think we've ever heard it said, right? Or did they say it before?
They might have said it before, but I don't know.
Okay, well, this is the first time I remember hearing them say Infinity Castle, but pretty much what it is, it seems like an interdimensional little realm where Michael Jackson, Demon King, lives with his beautiful instrument player. I forgot what it is. And he pretty much summons all of the high-ranking demons to this place in order to talk about the death of the what was he? Was he the 5th rank demon? Or was
the one that got killed?
Yes, yeah.
He was the 6th.
Oh, 6th rank demon. So yeah, he calls them all there to talk about the death of the 6th rank demon, and we get introduced to the other high ranking demons, and it was amazing. So we obviously get reintroduced to our 3rd ranked demon. What's his name? His name starts with an A, right?
Akaza.
So we get introduced to him again, as well as the 2nd, 1st, and 4th ranking demons, I believe, right? Do we see all 5 of them?
2nd, 1st. We have 3rd. We have 1st, 2nd, 3rd. Yeah, we have all 5.
Wait, who's the 5th one?
It's the guy who was on the stairs.
Wait, okay, and then who's the 4th one?
Who was in the pot.
Okay, and the 3rd one's Akaza.
Akaza.
And
2nd one's Domo.
Oh, that's right, yeah, the creepy, cringy, weird guy. And then
Yeah.
one is obviously this mysterious guy who we'll talk about later once we're done recapping the episode. So yeah, all the demons meet up, and Michael Jackson's like, "Look, you guys need to get your shit together.
Michael
This is going south really fast." And Ben, can you please take over? I don't really know. Like, I know what happens, but I don't know how to, like, what was being said. You know what I mean?
Okay, so basically, this is kind of a big changing point because this hasn't happened in
Yes.
113 years.
Mm-hmm.
So something needs to change, and then this whole time, Michael Jackson's kind of questioning
What's his
their
actual name?
worth. Moves on.
Musan. Okay, that's actually not that hard to say. I thought that's funny.
No, no. So he's just kind of questioning their worth.
Mm.
And then while he's doing that, the fourth rank mentions that he has some info
Mm.
about where the Swordsmith village might be. So he sends the fourth and the fifth rank over to the Swordsmith village to confirm it. And that's where the third season begins.
Yes. Okay, that's what it was. Yeah. So, but also you failed to mention there was some bickering and fighting between the demons. Akaza in particular with the second ranked demon. Would you like to go more into that?
I don't.
What they were like fighting over is what I meant. Sorry.
Oh, I actually don't know what they were fighting over. I thought
It's
Akaza just hates him.
yeah. Okay,
I think it's annoyed.
I was gonna say it seems like Akaza just hates the second ring demon. The second ring demon asks to tag along with the fourth and fifth. Akaza's like, bro, know your place. Michael Jackson didn't ask you to help out, so you're not going to. And then when it seems like they're about to fight, we get the first ranked demon pull up instantly, cutting off Akaza's hand and kind of being like, what does he say, Ben? Just like, know your worth.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, anyways, it's like that. Anyways, we're going to come back to the scene towards the end of this recap because I have a lot of questions that Ben will not answer. Anywho, so yeah, after that, like I said, Tanjiro is told that he needs to go to the Swordsmith village, so he does so. And we are shown that the Swordsmith village is this very secret, hidden village throughout the world of Demon Slayer that only very, very few people know the exact location of in order to hide it from demons. So if demons find out about this place, it's not going to be smooth sailing, Ben.
It's nuts.
But yeah, so we see Tanjiro head to the village. He arrives where he meets the most beautiful Hashira. I forgot what her name is, Ben. Do you mind? Mitsuri. And we see her in a bath spring.
A bath spring.
A bath spring, and it was amazing. It was a W. That's the only clip from the movie that I had seen before this. So that was fun getting to see that again. But then after that, we see Tanjiro. He sees that other guy there. I'm sorry, Ben. I'm so bad at this.
It's okay.
I don't know the names. That's why, yeah.
His name's Genya.
Genya, okay. And Tanjiro is like, Genya, or do we still have beef? And then Genya's like, yes. So he kind of dips. And then Tanjiro's like, dude, what the heck? He talks to beautiful flower girl again. Mitsuri, right? Mitsuri?
Yep.
Okay, yes. And she's like, yeah, he's been here a lot and he hasn't really interacted with us, so it's kind of been weird. But then we get this nice moment with Mitsuri, Nezuko, and Tanjiro, and she just kind of thinks that Tanjiro has gotten a lot stronger, and it was very heartwarming to see her kind of, I don't know, extend like, I don't want to say a motherly hand, because she definitely wants to, they definitely want to get it, but I just like, I don't know, a friendly extension, just being like, hey, you've gone through a lot. I can tell it's been hard, but we appreciate everything that you've done, and we just want you to keep, striving to be the best. So I really appreciated that. Did I kind of summarize that right, Ben? Is that kind of how she says? And so she heads off to do her final touches on her new sword that she's getting. So it's going to be interesting if we see that in action later on in the season. So yeah, after that, she tells Tanjiro that there's a special weapon on the island, or on not the island, but in the village that'll help make him stronger, right, Ben? Is that what it is? So he goes to start looking for this item, and in turn, he is exploring when he sees the youngest Hashira, the blue-haired boy, asking a village resident, it seems like, for an item. And the village resident says that it's been in his family for a very long time. Tanjiro's like, what's going on? And then he sees a figure behind him with long red hair and the exact same glasses as him. Or not glasses, sorry, earrings. I don't know why he said glasses. And that's where the episode ends. So I apologize if I did a really poor job explaining that. Ben should have probably done the recap. But yeah, so I guess kind of the big meat and potatoes takeaway of this episode. The big thing, obviously, they're at the Swordsmith village. We've seen in the intro, it's probably going to get attacked by the 4th and 5th ranking demons. And if so, that's going to be crazy. But from what we've seen... Okay, so some notable things. Let's check off all the boxes, first of all. This is actually... I need to talk about this for a minute, but we might be here for a minute. But so first big thing... It seems like Zenitsu and Inosuke are not going to be in this arc. Is that correct? I mean, just at least from...
do you want me to tell you?
No, I guess not. I guess not. But from what I've seen, it seems like Inosuke and... At least Zenitsu probably will not be in this arc.
I will say that they're not a big... They don't have a big role.
Exactly. So it kind of seems from all the art that we've been seeing, and as well from what this episode suggests, Inosuke... went on to do his own mission. Zenitsu is seen doing his own mission with some other people. It seems like this is going to be Tanjiro alone. Obviously, he's still going to have Nezuko, but we know that Tanjiro is in a weakened state right now, since they specifically say you're allowed to train, but you're not really ready to fight demons yet. So that's kind of a big deal, first of all. Second off, he's alone now. Like I said, he has Nezuko, but obviously he doesn't have his two main side boys, his demon bros, if you will, to help him out.
His OGs.
Yeah, exactly. So that's going to be interesting to see how that goes, because Zenitsu and Inosuke have both been very big parts in the last two main big fights. Well, I guess Zenitsu wasn't a big fight in the Akaza fight, but Inosuke and Tanjiro definitely were. And then in obviously the second season with the 6th ranking demon, Inosuke and Zenitsu are a big part as well. So it's going to be interesting, Ben, seeing them without him. But that leads us to our next big thing, that obviously from the imagery that we've seen, we are going to have 2 Hashiras helping Tanjiro in this fight. Those two being Mitsui, right? Mitsuri. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. And then the blue-haired boy, which I forgot what his name has been.
I can barely say it.
Muichiro?
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to call him blue-haired boy. We'll call him Blue for short. Yeah.
Blue.
So Mitsuri and Blue are going to be helping Tanjiro out in this fight against the 4th and 5th demons. So, I mean, Ben, it's going to get crazy. But I actually have a question for you, Ben. Is this going to be 12 episodes, or is it going to be 24?
That's what people are... I don't know, because
do you think it's going to be...
Most seasons are split up into 2 arcs.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Season 2 was like the episode version of the
Mugen Train
arc.
And then you get Entertainment.
And the last half was the Entertainment District. So hopefully the first 12 episodes, 12 to 13, are the Swordsmith.
No, we get...
And then we get started with the next arc.
A movie, maybe?
Maybe. I don't know. Because I think it's the arc after this is pretty long. It's like close to 70 chapters. And in anime form, that would be
a lot of episodes. Like 30?
14 episodes.
Oh, okay.
So, I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see what they do.
So it's going to be interesting. Are we allowed to know what the name of the next arc is, or is that a spoiler?
Do you want me to tell you?
Is it? I mean, is it a spoiler? Like, will the name mean anything to me, or will it just be like?
I don't.
Okay, then you don't
I
have
mean,
to. You don't have to.
it's not like. All right, no.
Yeah, just don't worry about it. So yeah, our big takeaway: we know that we're going to be with Tanjiro and these two Hashiras for about 12 episodes, and we know that they're going to be fighting 4 to 5 demons, Ben. But that's not really what I want to discuss with you. What I would like to discuss with you is the fact of this first ranking demon, who seems very mysterious, but also seems very connected to Tanjiro. It's just very hard because I don't have like a second voice to converse with that hasn't seen the show. God, you really make this shit difficult, man.
Dude. Okay, so we watched the episode last night, right?
Mhm.
That was last night.
Yes.
That was weird. With one of our friends, and they both haven't read the manga, and so they were kind of just going back and forth about who this the first ranked demon is,
Mm-hmm.
and it was just funny listening to them because maybe they're right, maybe they're wrong, and I can't say anything.
Yeah, but I guess to give my headspace and my thought about this, we do see a flashback within this episode that I failed to mention, in which, well, I guess, okay, first of all, let's start at the introduction of the episode. We start with the ranking demons, and we see them all there meet up, and we finally get introduced to the first ranking demon, and he, to describe him, I guess, has 6 eyes, first of all, which is a throw. I did not expect that at all. I saw a manga panel of it today, actually. It was drawn really nicely. But yeah, he has 6 eyes. He has long red hair, very, very similar to Tanjiro's. And it seems one interesting thing I will say that Muzan, I'm saying him by his real name, I'm saying I'm getting serious. One thing he says is that he worries about. He says that the reason the 6th ranked demon died so easily was because of his sister, because obviously them two were connected. And he mentions that the next one of you to die is going to be the one with the most humanity left, is what he says. And to me, one thing that I noticed about all these demons is that they all look like demons. They all really look like demons. However, this first high-ranking demon looks very much so like a human. I mean, the only other one that really looks like a human, I'd say, is Akaza. I mean, I guess the second one does as well. But the first-ranking demon literally looks like what I don't even know what there's the shinobi, the equivalent of that, I guess, the swords, like, you know,
Demon
Tanjiro,
Slayers.
a demon slayer. Yes. Yeah, a demon slayer. He literally looks like a demon slayer. So I don't know. To me, he looks like the most humane out of all of them. I know he's definitely not going to be the next demon to die, though, obviously, since we have our 4th and 5th demons fighting in this village arc. But I think that was an interesting line that Muzan said. And then I guess the big reveal that I'm trying to explain is it seems like Tanjiro is connected to this man. We see in this same episode 1 of season 3, a flashback of Tanjiro as a baby. We see a woman in a bed, which presumably, I think, was that her just giving birth, or was she sleeping? I can't tell. I don't know. Nonetheless, she was sleeping. And we see Tanjiro's dad holding him, talking to a figure. And the figure very much seems to resemble the man who is the number 1 high-ranking demon. And then, so that just draws a closer connection to the fact that he is somehow connected to Tanjiro. In that flashback, the same flashback, he's also wearing the earrings of the same earrings that Tanjiro wears. So that's fact number 1. Fact number 2. In Demon Slayer Season 2, during the whole Entertainment District arc, the female demon, whenever it's fighting Tanjiro, sees a resemblance to a man that Muzan had fought because she feels it in her blood. She even says these are not memories of mine. These must be memories from the Lord, so Muzan. And she sees, and it's again the same figure who looks very similar to the number 1 high-ranking demon. So that's number 2. And then in number 3, we have in this episode, again, the end of it with Tanjiro seeing this figure. Although, like Ben explained to me last night we were watching, it doesn't seem like the Hashira, the young boy, doesn't really notice the man behind him. Or at least doesn't acknowledge his presence when he's talking to the little boy. So, that does beg the question, is it in Tanjiro's head? Or is this actually happening? And if so, is this guy related to Tanjiro in any way? Which I think is a valid question. And I think he 100% is related to him. I really think he is. It's hard. I don't really know where else to go with it. It's just from that, like those 3 pieces of evidence alone, it's really hard for me to not see how he wouldn't be related to him. I was saying he's his father. That's not true. I didn't know that was Tanjiro's father in the flashback. But that doesn't mean that he couldn't be his grandfather. And I don't know. It seems like Ben was explaining to me how the fight with that demon... so in the flashback in season 2, he's a demon slayer. He has to be a demon slayer. So I don't know. We know that sometime in the past, a long time ago, Muzan fought this man and presumably probably turned him into a demon. So that kind of goes into what does that all mean for the story? I don't know.
I want to point you in a little bit of the right direction here.
Okay.
So you said just now that at some point in the past he was a demon slayer and he fought Muzan.
Okay.
How could Tanjiro's dad be talking to this man if he fought Muzan in the past?
That's where I'm trying. Well, that's where I was going with it. I'm going to say that he's probably just a demon now, right? Is that not like a good... And you don't think there's any way that he could conceal his real... You don't think that he could conceal his true self in front of these people? I mean, look at in season 2, the main chick, she's seen to the public as a normal girl. She's seen as like a normal person, but she's actually a fucking demon. You know what I mean? Like, why is that such a hard thing? Why is that such a hard thing to understand, that he's just concealing his true self? I wouldn't even be surprised if maybe that's like his grandfather or something. And we see him use the fire technique, the sun breathing dance, I believe is what y'all called it. Is what they call it in the show. And it's like Tanjiro has that same power as this man. They have to be connected. It's literally as simple as that. They have the same earrings. They're from the same clan, it seems like. So to me, that suggests that, hey, this guy is a demon in disguise and is the most attached with his humanity and probably had a kid. And that kid had a kid. And that's Tanjiro. And yeah, checkmate, liberal. So is that not like, but listen to me though, is that not like a logical step though to like conclude? I don't understand. Do you think that what I'm jumping to is far-fetched, is I guess what I'm trying to say? Is it not? No. Does that not make sense to you? I mean, obviously you know what the answer is, but is that not like a logical conclusion to assume based on what we know so far?
That's fine.
Dude. See, this is why I can't, dude.
I
hate this, Ben. This is why I don't want you to get ahead in Blue Lock. This reason exactly right here is why I don't want you to read it out.
Why? I think we should both read it.
I don't think we should.
I think we should.
I think
that'd be a great decision.
That'd be awesome. We should have like manga reactions.
Voiceover.
No, like manga reactions where we both sit in a call and we're like, I read the manga. Then we'll both pog or something when something cool happens. Yeah. But no, nonetheless, I think that that is my personal, so far from what we've seen, prediction. Then you got to realize, if that is not true, you have more evidence to back it up, and you obviously know now what happens. But I mean, when you were in this position, when you were like at this point in the manga, can you like recall what you thought?
Okay, like it's hard to say at what point because I just kind of kept reading. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's not like I had to stop and I had time to think about it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of like I'd see a pan like, oh, hmm, maybe they explain on the next page, and then I just go to the next page.
And they explain it.
So yeah, but I don't know when I started reading it. I don't know when I finished it because season two was kind of blurry for me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, but I think I will say I think I was in your boat at one point.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
I'm not saying you're
That's
right or
good to
wrong.
know. That's good to know. Yeah, I don't know. I think that everything I said makes logical sense. It has evidence to back it up. Um, I think at least the fact that you're saying that how is he still there? It's when he just conceals himself that he's not a demon. It's like we've seen that happen before in the case of the girl who works in the entertainment district for season 2. She's literally a demon, but she goes out in public and she's there in public. So it's not like she's like hiding herself. So I don't know. That's my kind of reasoning for it. And the humanity thing was a very interesting line, especially because Muzan doesn't explain any further. And the fact that this number 1 ranked demon looks exactly like a demon slayer still. To me, he looked the most human out of all of them. Besides the 6 eyes. that's a throwaway. But yeah. Anyways, I think that's all I have to say on Demon Slayer for this week. We're definitely going to be coming back to this discussion eventually. So bear with us, or bear with me at least. Ben.
Yeah, bear with Joseph.
Yeah. So that's Demon Slayer. Ben, you have anything to say? I mean, I haven't heard your input about the episode in general.
Episode was good. I liked it. What?
Nothing, man. Nothing.
I always like Demon Slayer. It's good to see that it's getting closer, being fully adapted.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say I'm very excited to see this journey of Joseph struggling with this topic.
Well, I have a question. Will it get answered in this season?
Okay.
This arc.
I told you that last night. Yeah.
This arc will get answered.
Yeah.
All right. Bet. I can wait that long.
Remember in the intro you pointed something out?
Yes. Yeah.
You went back and paused something.
Uh-huh.
That's a very important part.
So you're glad I noticed it. Yes, that's right.
Glad you
said
noticed
you
that.
noticed that. I might have to pull that up after this podcast episode.
I mean, it's not going to answer anything right now.
But just to look.
I'm just saying.
Maybe I'll make I'll make a little mini short or something like that. My theory. But anyways, yeah. So that was Demon Slayer season 3 episode 1. On to our final topic for this week.
I can't.
Me and Ben have relapsed, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't know why I mentioned this last week.
So
I don't know.
We were actually going to start this show last week, but we recorded the podcast and just kind of forgot about it. But so we're going to be reviewing the first 2 episodes of the show. It was so good, Ben. It was so good. So pretty much the show we were talking about and the show we've been wanting to discuss this whole episode has been My Love Story with Yamada-kun, episode 1 and 2. So, to give a little brief summary about what the show is about, it follows our main girl. I forgot what her name is. I apologize. Who
Akame, I think.
Akame? Okay.
Akame?
I don't remember.
I think it is.
Really? Okay, we'll call her Akame. I apologize if it's not. But anyways, so we follow Akame as a high school. Dude, okay, I was actually going to ask this, Ben. What grade is she in?
She's in college.
She's in college, right? Okay.
She was drinking beer.
Yes, that's what I thought. I was like, she was like, wait, I noticed you're like a high school student. And I was like, how old is this chick? Dude. Anyways, that's not the point. So yeah, we follow this older girl, who's in college. It seems like Akame, or Akame, and pretty much she just got out of a relationship with the boy she met, and he told her straight out that, hey, I don't like you anymore because I met this girl online, and I really like her. And that kind of breaks her because she was really invested in this relationship. She really fell in love with this guy. Oh,
It's Akane.
Akane
Sorry.
with an N. Okay. So yeah, Akane. I apologize. Um, so yeah, she really fell in love with this guy, and he even got her into gaming. She downloaded this one game called, was it like Spirit of the Forest or something like that? It's something like that. Um, and pretty much they would play it together, and it just really stings to see her boyfriend, who she loved, break up with her because he met someone better online through a video game. Um, so yeah, the first episode pretty much follows Akane trying to get through this breakup, and she goes to her friend Momo, who's just the worst, by the way. What a horrible friend. I hate her, Ben. I hate this
Why?
dude. She is the
I,
worst.
I will say I hope she doesn't become a problem later on.
I I will say I really think that she was a bad friend to Akane. I was like, dude, what a jerk. Like when she's like, hey, you're in a bad relationship, get over it. I'm gonna go to class, see you later. I was like, dude, that's not how you comfort your
Hey,
friend.
that truth hurts, man.
It does.
I
You're right.
mean,
You're right. I guess yeah. Everyone has their own sort of love language, and
some
I
people
guess
don't want to be like, oh, it's okay. You know, some people
yeah.
just want give it to me straight, man.
So yeah, I guess that's a better way to describe her. She's not a bad friend. She's just a more straightforward friend. And she's like, hey, you need to get out of this funk. Just try your best to get out of it. So Akane goes online to the video game and pretty much interacts with this one guy. And she's like, hey, dude, I'm trying to like beat up these little minions because I'm mad at my ex-boyfriend. And then he asks her if he could take over and grind that spot because there's going to be an exotic item that drops that has like a 0.01% chance of dropping. And she tells him to beat it, and he gets upset but leaves. And throughout that interaction, the dude has no social cues like at all. She's like, "Oh, I just got out of a relationship," and he's like, "I don't care. Just please leave." And so she gets very upset, and she gets angry at him, which I thought was so adorable. And yeah, so that kind of ends that interaction. And then she's like, "Hey, I'm gonna go to this event in real life where the game is being held." And she goes to buy a cute dress. It looks really good. I liked her dress, Ben. Like the fit. It was a good fit. And she pulls up to the event where she sees that her boyfriend is there with his, or her ex-boyfriend is there with his girlfriend, and she ends up trying to rush over to say hi. She trips, and this guy picks her up and helps her up, and his name is Yamada, who happens to be the same guy, Ben. The same guy. What are the odds of that?
The odds are very low.
The same guy from the video game who has no social cues. So yeah, it's pretty much revealed that Yamada is this dude who is a pro gamer. He plays a lot of FPS games. He's really good at them. And he went to this event, and oh my god, Akan, oh my, what the, how, dude,
Akane?
Akane, yeah, dude, what? I just had a huge brain fart. Akane's ex-boyfriend comes over and wants to get introduced, and Akane, thinking fast, says, hey, this is my boyfriend Yamada, to make him jealous. It doesn't work. um, it fails miserably. And he just doesn't care, and I think that's one of the saddest parts about this whole first few episodes, Ben, is kind of like the fact that her ex-boyfriend never really cared about her, it seems like, or
Yeah, it's
at
kind
least now that
of
after they're dating. um yeah, I don't know, it just kind of felt like Akane was really kind of starstruck at the fact that this dude really doesn't care about me anymore. Like he just
yeah.
really doesn't. And I don't know, to me that was really sad. um I don't know, how did you feel about it? Do you?
Kind of sucks. I mean, they just broke up. Obviously, she's still gonna have feelings for him, but
Hmm.
it's like she didn't even acknowledge that he found someone at an online game
Hmm.
that he introduced to her, and then just left her
Yeah,
for the other girl.
it's really heartbreaking. It is.
And like how she's still holding on to the necklace. It's
Mhm.
just like, come on.
Yeah, no, it's really sad for Akane. The whole situation's really sad. But anyways, she thanks this dude for helping her out, and she takes him out to a drink because she didn't want to be alone. He really wants to leave. She gets drunk at this bar restaurant, and she goes to clean herself. She comes back to the table, thinks he dipped, but he's still there, Ben. He stayed. He actually went to the pharmacy to get her a band-aid. Then he stays there the rest of the night with her. He honestly has nothing. He doesn't want anything to do with her, but he's a good guy, so he stays there anyways to talk to her. And she gets super drunk, and he ends up having to be the one to take care of her. And the first episode ends with us cutting to them at his house, and Akane waking up in his bed, undressed. And I it was at this moment that I knew this was the show for me, Ben. Yeah, I think me and Ben have a job as YouTube podcasters to, first of all, if you meet someone online, the odds of this happening are very slim to none. So just be
Yeah.
careful. First of all, first and foremost, um, this definitely is not how it works, Ben. And I think that's the saddest part of it all, for me at
I mean,
least.
that the girl that Akane's ex. Wait. Okay. So Akane's ex met a girl
Mm-hmm.
on the video game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying props to the girl for actually going out with the guy because she could have just like that could have been bad, you know? She could
Mm-hmm.
have been like kidnapped or something, but no,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's scary. So
So
yeah, don't meet up with people
don't,
online.
yeah,
That's
to,
the,
or do it in public at least, you know? Um, just, yeah, more witnesses. So, anyways, that's the first thing. But she ends up going home with this guy. He could have been just a horrible human being, but he's actually a really nice guy who didn't even have sex with her. He brought her home, undressed her, left her in bed, and he just kind of went about his day. But he just didn't want to be that guy to leave her on the streets. So he's a really
yeah.
nice guy. Akane says that she leaves, and that kind of ends the first episode. Um, so going into the second episode, it picks off right where the first one left off, with Akane back at her house, and she realizes that her necklace is actually missing. So she's very awkward about it. She doesn't know what to do. It's a wholesome show. The rest of the episode kind of follows her thinking about Yamada and just like kind of what to do next in the situation. There's a little segment where she goes online to the video game to try and get away, and he appears and then he roasts the shit out of her for being an idiot about storing items. It was so sweet, Ben. I will say the gamer lingo that they use is pretty good. Like, I was like, this isn't really as cringy as I thought it would be. You know what I mean? Like it
Yeah.
was fine. So I appreciated that. Um, so yeah, it was good. It was overall a good first two episodes. Um, there's a great scene where Yamada goes, or not Yamada, sorry, Akane goes out with her friend Momo, and they get super drunk, and they actually show up at Yamada's house,
See,
and
this is what I was gonna talk about. Sorry, but like whenever they first get there,
mm-hmm,
Momo was like, "Oh my gosh, she's actually really hot," and then she said, "I'm gonna marry you someday."
mm-hmm.
And I hope to God there's not a love triangle that's gonna
Oh,
happen.
I don't think
I will be
so.
so
I
upset.
really think that she was just drunk. I really hope that's the case, Ben. I I would hate to see that a love triangle between them. That would be horrible. Um, God, no, this ain't some domestic girlfriend stuff. It's not gonna be like that. It's not gonna be like that. Um, but yeah, so as the episode goes on, Yamada meets up with her a couple more times. She gives him her umbrella, or he gives her his umbrella to get home in the rain. She really appreciated that, and that's why whenever she's drunk, she returns to Yamada's house to give back the umbrella. And I just really love this little connection that they have, where Yamada's kind of just like, he's slowly starting to accept the fact that he kind of likes this girl, and I think that's really
Yeah.
beautiful. Um, and then again with Akane, she kind of he's still going through that breakup and needs that hole filled. No pun intended. The hole of loneliness filled, and Yamada's got the big gamer bro to do that for her. You know, he's
Good lord.
yeah. But no, I think what I'm trying to say here is that it's a very beautiful show. That really does deal with a lot of deep themes of moving on and how to like go on to a next relationship. And I'm sure if any of you out there have been through that too, you can relate to that in some way. But it was really beautiful. It takes the concept about like something just these two nerdy gamers and kind of turns it into something really beautiful. And I really liked it. I liked it a lot.
Too much.
I liked it too much. I'm so excited for the rest of it, Ben. I really wish we just waited to finish it once, dude. Because I want to finish it already.
Oh, no.
It's going to be bad, dude. I can already tell we're going to be watching the last episode of the season, and I'm going to punch my screen.
I hope to God the show disappoints.
I don't see how it could, man. The intro was so good, too. We didn't even talk
The
about
intro and
the
outro were pretty
The
good.
intro and outro are so good. And I will say what I like, though, is I didn't see many side characters, which I think is a good thing.
Yeah.
Because I hate when shows like Bunny Girl Senpai or like Horimiya kind of start off with the two main characters and then it kind of like, all right, let's kind of sidetrack a bit to these other two. But I will give props to Rent a Girlfriend, Domestic Girlfriend, or not, I meant My Dress Up Darling, sorry, for kind of sticking to our two main, love interests. Don't Toy With Me is also kind of sticks to the same, just boy and girl. So I really appreciate that when it just focuses on these two, because then we get more time to develop with these two. So please, no side characters. Just stick with these two. Love triangle. Just keep edging us, and it'll be fine. You'll have a great 12-episode series. And yeah, I think this is going to be good enough, Ben, to hold us until Rent a Girlfriend this summer. I really think about it, dude. That's how it's going to work, because this is 12 episodes. We only got 11 more weeks of this, and then right after that, we'll get right back into Rent a Girlfriend Season 3. It's going to be great. I'm so excited, dude. I'm so excited.
This is going to be a great batch of episodes.
Oh, it's going to be incredible. And also, Ben, we're getting introduced to that new grown Rent a Girlfriend Season 3, so that's going to be kind of big.
The cosplayer?
Yep.
Fun. Fun.
But yeah, anything else you want to say about the show, Ben? I was kind of rambling a bit.
Yeah, I 100% regret looking into the show and recommending it and making you watch the trailer for it.
It looks so amazing, dude. But it's just gonna hurt so bad, dude. We're relapsing. I'm just glad to know that for a show that's kind of just called Otaku, we still have to stick to it, man. We have to. It's for all the degenerates out there. It's our cross to bear. But
it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
This show.
For real. But with that being said, Ben, I think we're ready to wrap it up. I really don't got anything else to say, so.
I think we are.
Sweet.
The beginning of the end.
For real.
Well, this has been episode 57. Right?
Almost to 60.
Of the Otaku Brothers. Oh god. Episode.
What?
57 of the Otaku Brothers podcast. I guess this episode marks the start of our spring batch of anime.
Oh yeah. It's gonna be a good season. It's gonna be a good season, boys.
That is very terrible. This show, dude. Anyways, well, God, dude, I'm upset already.
I'm sorry.
Well, as always, my name is Ben, joined by my co-host Joseph, and we will see you guys next week. Peace.
See y'all later. Arrivederci.